massive donation. It is one of the largest ever given to an HBCU. It was $237 million, courtesy of Gregory Gerami and the Isaac Batterson VII Family Trust. Now again, a $237 million donation that came out of nowhere. Gerami has no relationship with Florida A&M. He didn't graduate from there, had no family graduated from there. And so folks were shocked and stunned. This would take the endowment of Florida A&M to almost $400 million, making it the third largest endowment behind Howard University as well as Spelman. Well, after this was the case, people were asking, who is this guy? Where does money come from? What does he do? And on and on and on. And so as a result, it's been lots of stuff. The latest development is that the Florida A&M vice chair of the board has demanded an emergency public meeting to address this particular issue. He says that there have been a lot of questions that have been raised. You've got folks out there who are posting all sorts of information with regards to this man. There are people who are suggesting that he may not be real, that this may become an embarrassment to Florida A&M. Apparently, the Board of Trustees was not aware of this donation until the announcement was made. Now, Gerami, what he did, he actually he announced that there was a stock transfer. The stock transfer has been in place for more than a month. He says that Florida A&M has the money. It's already been there. And so that was one of the things that he said. Now, Florida A&M, as a result of the concerns that have been raised by a number of people, the Florida A&M board, they actually released, the communication department released, the Florida A&M communication staff released this statement. While Florida A&M University is still extremely excited about Mr. Gregory Gerami's historic announcement yesterday, the Isaac Batterson Family Seventh Trust, we are fully aware of the skepticism that sometimes comes with such a large gift. As expected, some individuals in the public are and will continue researching Mr. Gerami. Please know that FAMU has done its due diligence when it comes to this matter. Additionally, Mr. Gerami has and continues to do his own due diligence on things that have been and are happening at FAMU. While a non-disclosure agreement we signed prevents us from disclosing many details, as was reported on May 4th, Mr. Gerami transferred $237,750,000 worth of stocks into our account last month. Mr. Gerami's $237,750 stock transfer was received in the same manner in which we have accepted all other stocks donated to the university through the FAMU Foundation, Inc. As with any non-cash gift received, such as cryptocurrency, real estate, and stocks, it will be converted to cash and recorded appropriately. Again, we greatly appreciate Mr. Gerami's and the Isaac Batterson Family Seventh Trust generosity. Our students will be true beneficiaries of their most generous contribution. Now, this has been lots and lots of focus because literally this brother has come out of nowhere. They organized, what they did was they actually organized a massive meeting today. And I was going through it earlier today. It was a press call. The press call, folks, was interesting because it had Gerami on it. It had the university folks, but here's where I'm still confused, and maybe y'all can help me. How does the board not know about such a gift? I'm confused. Now, Florida A&M has said there was a non-disclosure agreement. I get that. But if you're the university president, you have a board of trustees. Surely you alert them of this. Florida A&M is also a public university. So even though there's a non-disclosure agreement, you still are a public university. So now, not sure who the gift went to. So there's all sorts of questions here that have arisen here. And I get it. Larry, I totally understand why people will be freaking out, because you ain't got somebody black just don't wake up and give away $237.75 million and not go, you giving that much away and you got some left? So I understand the skepticism in Florida. And what really struck me, though, was when this vice chair of the board said he didn't know until the announcement was made on Saturday.
So, Roland, let's unpack this. This is particularly for the communications and development offices at FAMU. So let me start off by saying, I live in a state. I know a number of prominent, successful FAMU alum who are obviously very concerned about what's happened here the last couple of days. So, Roland, I also fortunately serve as chairman of a board of HBCU Foundation. So this story in particular is very interesting to me, because often, foundations, we take in amounts of money, have an MOU with universities, and we take in amounts of money, sometimes large donations. So the non-disclosure agreement is one of the things that really is a red flag for me. I'm not really quite sure why do we have an NDA with this individual, but I think that there's some other deeper issues in terms of the communications issue you highlighted. The board has to always know if there's someone donates $1 million or $2 million, the board's going to have to be notified. Donating $250 million and the members of the board don't know about it and they find about it like everyone else, heads are going to roll when it comes to this particular issue. And I have questions for the people in the development office. I mean, this is obviously a significant amount of money, and they said the transfer went through. But one of the things I want to highlight, and like I said, my work when I'm chairing the foundation board, is usually when people make large donations, they sign some kind of letter of understanding, and they don't usually donate that kind of money in one transfer. There's usually some kind of corpus that may be 3, 5, 10% a percentage of that overall allotment that they will give, kind of lay the foundation, and then in letter of understanding, it outlines over the next 3, 5, 10 years how much money we're going to donate. I don't even think we've seen people like Michael Bloomberg, who's given hundreds of millions of dollars to Johns Hopkins, give up $250 million, and he's a billionaire in one transfer. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some kind of investigation, certainly an audit, to kind of figure out. It appears this gentleman has a history, a checkered history, but certainly if this amount of money, this transfer is accurate, it's helpful and it's outstanding for FAMU. But the idea that members of the board of trustees did not know about this is going to be a problem for the president, the development office, and the folks who are working in communication.
Randy, this story was posted about an hour ago on the Tallahassee Democrat website. And in this story, Gregory Gerami, who's 30 years old, is quoted in this. He said the stocks have been held by the university for over a month now, so I don't know where the confusion or the skepticism would be, since it's already in a financial account with the university. Now, he's a 30-year-old hemp farmer, investor, and entrepreneur. And so, again, now he previously had announced he was going to give a $95 million transformational gift to Coastal Carolina University, but that fell through as well. And so, again, you see here, FAMU's communications office set up a late afternoon online news conference Monday afternoon with Gerami, founder of the Batterson Farms Corporation, to clear up miscommunicated information and set the record straight on the donation. And this news conference took place with the VP of Alumni Affairs, Carmen Cummings, the VP for University Advancement, Shanta Friday Stroud, who's also executive director of the FAMU Foundation, as well, and it was organized for the Tallahassee Democrat, Bloomberg, and the Inside Higher Ed. Sure would have been nice to have some black-owned media on that call, as opposed to having white media, Randy. But in this particular call here, again, university, it says here, but university officials who have said they are bound by a non-disclosure agreement on details of the donation left it largely up to Gerami to answer questions.
Yeah, the lack of transparency definitely just is a red flag. We as a community are already usually suspicious. Anything with money, we're going to say the Illuminati or something has something to do with it. But when you have a young man who's only 30 years old, given $250 million to a university, no one has ever heard of him, it's kind of suspect. I don't understand how a decision is made at an HBCU or any high institution of higher learning without the board of trustees being involved in that. That's somewhat concerning. And also that there was an NDA to cover what don't they want, or what doesn't he want to be disclosed. And of course, the last two, he tried to give donations to 2 other universities and the deal fell through. So I understand people's concerns. Of course, as a strong proponent of HBCUs and a graduate of one, I am praying that it is absolutely legit and FAMU gets many blessings from the money, but I understand the concern.
Yeah, it's real. So the bottom line is people are raising the issues. And so, again, go back to the Tallahassee Democrat story. By Tuesday afternoon, the vice chair of Florida A&M University Board of Trustees was calling on FAMU President Larry Robinson and board chair Christian Harper to convene a public emergency meeting for the university community to learn more about this donation. So we'll see what happens next. But again, I'm like you. People are asking, okay, it's stocks. What kind of stocks? In what companies? Is it legit? So listen, a lot of questions, and so we certainly will wait to see what happens next.
Fanbase is pioneering a new era of social media for the creator economy. This next generation social media app with over 600,000 users is raising $17 million, and now is your chance to invest. For details on how to invest, visit startengine.com/fanbase or scan the QR code. Another way we're giving you the freedom to be you without limits.